Hello everyone, this is Tom. Welcome back to MTG Spec. Today we are going to look through the first one of my notebooks. I have a lot of notebooks I've been collecting for a long time, not just Magic, other games too. And we're just going to take a little look through. And I do a channel that is in part fueled by my prognostications and my opinions on Magic. So you deserve to see what I value and what I collect, to kind of judge if I know what I'm talking about. But I've been doing this for a long time, and I really enjoy curating my notebooks. It's like pruning a bonsai tree. Getting them just right is a lot of fun. So let's dive right in. I did a video today, but it was a 13-second video of my cat burping. So I feel like we can do a nice little chillaxed video to sort of supplement that. And I'm going to fight the impulse to mess with the camera and zoom in on these things, so just bear with me. All right, so obviously cover page of page 1, angels. I love angels, particularly a Chroma Angel of Wrath. Flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, protection from black, protection from red. It's just one of my favorite Magic cards of all time. Got a little reserve list action, and some of my cards are going to be even harder to see than others because they're double sleeved. Got that inner sleeve. All right, more angels. I had a little cycle here from Urza's block of the pro black, red, blue, green, white. It's kind of fun. This is my one and only alpha card. You can tell from the rounded corners that that's an alpha, and was not around for alpha. I actually started with beta. And what I have here is this. So I have a cover page, but then this page is all core sets. So alpha, beta, unlimited, revise, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I did this just sort of as an index in a way, or a table of contents in Magic card form, just kind of show what was coming up next. And it continues on through here. This finishes out all the core sets through Origins. And then over here on this page, we have all the expansion sets. So one card each of the expansion sets. And you'll notice I like to have the cards organized very particularly, where like if a card's facing that way, it goes on the left. If a card's facing right, it goes on the right. And sort of the centric cards to stay in the middle. So it creates kind of a symmetrical, kind of cool flow to each page. I like that. My friend TD, he does notebooks, and he does it the exact opposite, where everything's facing inward. I don't know what that says about our personalities, but there you have it. All right, so this continues the table of contents, so to speak, all the way through whatever this set is with the pointy thing. I don't know what that is. This area of Magic, I was not really paying that much attention, to be honest. I kind of like bumped out after Tempest for a while, and just wasn't playing at all for a long time. I really didn't start playing again until when was it? Probably about Time Spiral. Yeah, I think Time Spiral was one of my first returning tournaments after this long hiatus. All right, continues on. I love the bucket lands from Zendikar. So this continues on. Oh, and we start to add not just core sets, but some of the dual decks. Like this is Tybalt versus Sorin. Continues on. Okay, so last page of the table of contents ends with a treasure cruise from Kanzatark here. So that's pretty much where my organized cards end. Over here we have my first page of betas. Again, love Earthbind. When I first started playing, this was one of the cards that really piqued my interest as a young lad. And my brother John's friend David Berkman, who introduced us to the game, called this S&M positive. I didn't know what he meant by that at the time. Anyway, all right. Again, not a lot of betas. These are actually from the decks that were given out. And what's funny is there's no blue. This black I got later, but the first decks we had was straight up just green, red, and white. No blue, no black. I didn't even know what an island in a swamp was until I bought my first unlimited starter deck, which was like months later. And we even had like a red elemental blast that said counter target blue spell. and the blue was crossed out and white was handwritten on the card because we didn't have any blue spells. Sacrilege, I know, but it was just a game to us then. Here we have some unlimiteds. And then, again, Earthbind. I would corner the market on that if I could. Not a lot of value in the unlimited area here. But over here we have Revised, and we have my 3 cherished dual lands. Got Badlands, Bayou, and Tundra. Those are super nice. And man, talk about a nice little demon area. Demonic Attorney, Hordes, Tutor, and Lord of the Pit. Brain Geyser, lovely reserve list card. Yet another Earthbind, this time revised. And don't look, everybody. It's Crusade. Look out. I can't believe farmsteads are going for any money right now. That's crazy. It's such a useless card. All right, so at the end of our revised, we have just a nice artifact page. When I was organizing these, I didn't really go. I went alphabetically, like black, blue, red, white, and then I did artifacts. But I did lands at the start, so all these are actually alphabetized, but they are completely contrary to the collector numbers once those show up, because I already had kind of a system fixed in place. I figured since lands were the basic building blocks of Magic, that they should go first, and that's just how my whole collection wound up being. So, you know, everyone's collection is different. All right, so we got what's this, 5th edition? Yeah, all right. Or is this 5th edition? That's 4th. I don't know. No, this is still 5th. Okay. Okay, then we got 6th edition. That makes it easier. They started to put the numbers on there. All right, 7th. 9th edition. I love that art. Aladdin's Ring, that's really cool. 10th edition, I started to play online. They had a nice little area where you could just sit down online, and you know, if you're playing the white deck, you just appear as an angel at a table, and then if somebody's playing black deck, they'd be a demon. So I got so used to those decks and so good at them, I could pretty much win any combination, because they just had the one fixed starter deck. That was a really fun time for me in Magic, where I would just play late into the night. I haven't done any arena or any of the online stuff since then, or at least not very long. I bought in, I think, once or twice and got discouraged and left, but maybe it's cool now. I don't know. I don't have much by way of like a graphics card. M10 was the first set where they ever did 4 basic lands, so that's why I made a special point to keep all 4 arts for M10. Except these weren't so great. It also introduced the what they called the buddy lands for the first time, and I think it was the first time the Planeswalkers were in part of a core set. So it's kind of a big deal, the M10. It also was one of I think the second core set to ever be in black bordered after a long time. Baneslayer Angel was such a huge deal at the time, because it was such an overpowered version of Sarah. It was ridiculous. M11. The Giants were huge in M11, or the Titans. They were crazy powerful. Not much to say about this. Man, I played a tournament, and I won a tournament playing M11. We had a sealed deck event, and I had a Crystal Ball going. That card was so broken. I had Crystal Ball, and I had Elixir of Immortality. And I played the same elixir like 5 or 6 times in one game, because I could keep cycling it and then getting back to it. It got to a point where I had like 47 life, and I was like, okay, obviously this guy's never going to kill me. I need to figure out a way to kill him now. And I had a Steel Overseer that had pumped up an Ornithopter to like, it was like 6/8 fire breathing at one point. It was ridiculous. That was the best tournament deck I ever played. All right, into M12 now. M12 was interesting because they started to kind of add to the lore of some of the characters, like Soren's Vengeance, and like each planeswalker had like some companion cards, like Garruk's Horde. They sort of got a little bit more into the lore with those guys. I always liked how this looked on my page with the 3 circular images all back to back to back. Sundial of Infinite's really cool, by the way, if you have a creature token deck where you're like Geist of St. Traft, where you're swinging with a 4/4 angel, but you have to sack it at the end of the turn. Just end the turn before the end of the turn, or before the cleanup step, and you get to keep your tokens. All right, into M13. M13 might be. I was about to say it might be the first set where they did more than 5 planeswalkers. I can't remember. Nah, I guess not. M14 now. Man, Shadowborn Apostle, that's like one of the most expensive commons you can think of. In terms of like modern stuff, it's crazy. Because you can have any number of them, so people just want to spam their deck with them. All right, M15. They introduced the. They brought back the old land cycle. Okay, yeah, M15 was cool because it had a planeswalker of every color plus a dual colored planeswalker. That was one of the first times they did that. Sliver Hive Lord's kind of a cool card too. I always like to have a nice little section of tokens at the end. That's always fun to do. And some of these tokens you never really see again. Like, when's the last time you saw a beast with Death Touch? They just don't make it anymore. All right, and then looks like finally we're up to Origins. So we got the Jace. These are all the flip planeswalkers. Yeah, on this side we have both versions of Chandra, so it shows how she flips. And then Hangerback Walker, that was a big one. That was a cool card. So after this was the Kaladesh era. But that is the end of my organized core sets. So let's have a moment of zen and go back to beta. All right. Well, hope everybody enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.